You're about to go head-to-head for your chance to win a share of 220,000 Rand in the 2021 Dis-Chem Brain of CapeTalk.
And a warm welcome to those who are just tuning in now for today's semi-final round of the Dis-Chem Brain of CapeTalk, and a special welcome to those streaming live on Facebook with us. My name's Pippa Hudson. I'm the host of the Lunchtime Show on CapeTalk, here in studio with our afternoon drive show host, John Matham, who's today's quiz master. You know what this is. It's the ultimate general knowledge showdown in the Cape. We are on the hunt for the best and brightest brains. Now, we've just dispensed with our junior round, where a 10-year-old took the prize. Our contestants up next range in age from 29 to 51, so quite a span across the decades, and they are all daily winners. So they made it to the end of the day from Monday to Friday and are now hoping to take the semi-final prize of 10,000 Rand and the chance to play again in the final at the end of February. If you would like to be taking a stab at what they've already done, remember to head on over to our website, capetalk.co.za, and register to play by participating in the online general knowledge game. John Matham, good morning once again. Won't you just remind us of the rules for the adults, please?
They're the same as the rules for the children. The only thing different is that the adults are not quite as smart and the questions are just a little bit harder. There we go.
Okay, well, now we are going to start with Monday's brain. Andre, who is 49 years old, hails from Kales River, and I believe has been listening to Cape Talk for more than a decade. But this is his first time entering the Dis-Chem Brain of Cape Talk. He works as an IT project administrator and loves following South African sport wherever it's happening in the world. Andre, any particular sports that you love? Good morning to you.
Hi, good morning, Pippa. The cricket, the rugby, the tennis, pretty much all South African sports.
If it's got a ball, you want to see it played. Okay,
Exactly.
Andre, I don't know if there are any sporting questions in the pack in front of me because I haven't had a sneak preview.
Yes, there are.
Okay, John, over to you.
Yes, Andre, Lloyd Harris losing today in the Australian Open. But
I saw that in the third round.
Yeah, but he's still the number one tennis player now. He's overtaken Kevin Anderson. Kevin Anderson's long injury and forced break has meant that he slipped down the rankings, and Lloyd Harris, even though he lost today, is now the number one ranked South African tennis player. I have 90 seconds, I have 25 questions, and I have a wish for you, Andre, to do really well, set the bar really high, and put a lot of pressure on Adil, Michelle, Mohammed and Quentin, who are still to come. Good luck to you, and Mario, please start the clock.
3, 2, 1.
Spell the word Japanese.
Japanese.
Correct. Which fictional character's lies caused his nose to grow longer?
Pinocchio.
Correct. Complete the saying, keep your friends close and your what closer?
Enemies.
Correct. True or false? South Africa is smaller than Egypt.
True.
False. Which two colours are on a yield sign?
Red and white.
Correct. Into which ocean does South Africa's Fish River flow?
Indian.
Correct. In politics, the term SASA stands for South African Social What Agency?
Services.
Security. Who is a soccer player, Thabo, Nodada or Reza Hendricks?
Thabo Ndada.
Correct. Which country's soccer team is nicknamed the Socceroos?
Australia.
Correct. True or false? A catalyst accelerates chemical reactions without changing itself.
True.
Correct. What was invented first, the atom bomb or Pepsi Cola?
Pepsi Cola.
Correct. In which sport do players use willow bats to hit red leather-covered balls?
Cricket.
Correct. The car named Chevrolet was first manufactured in which country?
America.
Correct. Complete the expression, there are few odds and what left? The answer is ends, but even if you'd given us that, it would have been out of time. South Africa is not smaller than Egypt. Egypt has a national area of 998,000 square kilometres. South Africa is 1.22 million square kilometres. SASA is the South African Social Security Agency. You said correctly, Thabo Nodada is a soccer player. What sport does Reza Hendricks play?
cricket.
That is correct. The atom bomb, invented in 1945. Pepsi-Cola has been around a little longer than that, since 1898. Stefan is in with your score, Andre.
Andre is our catalyst this morning. He scored 11.
Okay, that's not immediately hugely threatening to the other players, but hey, sometimes it's enough.
It has been enough to do it in the past, so keep the fingers crossed, Andre. So that is where the bar is set with a score of 11. The person who is next going to take a stab at it and hope to get 12 or more is our Tuesday brain. Adil Mohammed, 29 years old, hails from Pinelands and works as a market risk analyst. And he grew up listening to Cape Talk since he was a child because his parents are such big fans of the station. Now, Andre has actually entered the brain of Cape Talk before, in fact, for the past 3 years. So he's very excited, I know, to have made it through to the semi-finals this time round. And I believe has always been interested in general knowledge since his days at school, where he was part of various quiz teams. Lately, the Oblivion quiz in Kenilworth, which he attends with friends every single week. So, gosh, Adil, you've really put in some training for your round this morning. I don't know if there are going to be any questions on chess, hockey and salsa dancing, which I believe are your passions in life, but good luck to you.
All of the questions relate in one way or another to salsa dancing. Not. Okay, you need at least 12. That makes you puts you at the top of the leaderboard, Adil. Good luck to you. Mario, please start the clock.
3, 2, 1.
Spell the word mythology.
MYTHOLOGY.
Correct. Which fictional figure owns reindeer called Donner and Blitzen?
Santa Claus.
Correct. Complete the saying. You should turn the other what?
Cheek.
Correct. True or false? South Africa is larger than Zambia.
2.
Correct. What shape does a no entry road sign have?
Triangle.
Round. Into which ocean does the Breda River flow?
The Indian.
Correct. In politics, the term PAIA stands for Promotion of Access to what Act?
Information.
Correct. Who is a cricketer? Zubair Hamza or Tebogo Mokoena?
Zubair Hamza.
Correct. Which country's soccer team is nicknamed the All Whites?
New Zealand.
Correct. True or false? Electrons have a positive electrical charge.
False.
Correct. What was invented first, light bulb or microwave oven?
Light bulb.
Correct. In which sport do players use small paddles with different coloured sides?
Table tennis.
Correct. The car named Volkswagen was first manufactured in which... Correct. Complete the expression, I am on pins and...
Suits.
Needles. True or false? The gemstone obsidian is usually yellow.
False.
Correct. Which word means cruel, condone or callous?
Callous.
You said callous, which is correct. I'm looking at the judges. They are saying it was not on time. Stefan's coming in with your score. South Africa is indeed larger than Zambia. We now know that South Africa is 1.2 million square kilometres. Zambia is only 753,000. I'm sure you're kicking yourself, Adil, for not remembering that a no-entry road sign is round.
Yeah.
Tebogo Mokoena plays what sport?
I'm not sure.
He's a footballer. And, the light bulb's been around quite a lot longer than the microwave oven. The microwave oven has been on the earth as long as I have, 1955, whereas the light bulb has been on air as long as Stefan, he's an old soul, 1879. How did Adil do?
Adil was chasing 11, and Adil scored 13.
There we go, 2 up.
Congratulations, Adil. That means you are currently the leader in our semi-final round, and we say goodbye to Andre and Kales River. Next up, hoping to equal or better that score of 13, we have Michelle, who is 51 years old, a resident of Sea Point, and she has been listening to Cape Talk for the last 10 years. It's her first time, though, entering the brain. Now, I believe her love for general knowledge was sparked by her opa, who used to ask all kinds of general knowledge questions when they would have their walks. Michelle, what a lovely memory to have holding your hand through the round today. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
And I know you love playing games like Trivial Pursuit and 30 Seconds, which also help, as do the TV game shows like Jeopardy and The Chase. And in her spare time, Michelle enjoys reading, hiking, and taking long walks. Michelle, the bar is set at 13, which means you need 13 or more to stay or win outright. And good luck to you. Over to you, John.
Thank you.
Hello, Michelle. What 10 years ago persuaded you to give us a chance? And, well, we know what caused you to stick with us because we've got brilliant broadcasters like Pippa, but what 10 years ago was the spur?
I'm not entirely sure. John, maybe it was your voice.
Flattery will not get you any extra points, Michelle.
I'm glad you said that, Pippa. I was tempted. You need to get at least 13. We haven't had a sudden death in a Saturday showdown yet. Now would work for me. Mario, please start the clock.
3, 2, 1.
Spell the word physician.
P-H-Y-S-I-A-N.
You forgot the C. Which fictional girl was Anastasia and Drizella's stepsister?
Cinderella.
Correct. Complete the saying, it's a millstone around your...
Neck.
Correct. True or false, South Africa is smaller than Chad?
False.
True. Which two colours are there on a one-way road sign?
Red and white.
Correct. Into which large river does the Vaal River flow?
I don't know.
Orange. In politics, the term FICA stands for what Intelligence Centre Act?
Financial.
Correct. Who is a rugby player, Henry Davids or Kwagga Smith?
Kwagga Smith.
Correct. Which country's soccer team is nicknamed Die Mannschaft?
I don't know.
Germany. True or false, osmosis is when sunlight and oxygen are absorbed by plants?
False.
Correct. Which was invented first, the telephone or the electric toaster?
Telephone.
Correct. In which racket sport do players use small dotted balls with different speeds?
Golf.
Squash. The car named Volvo was first manufactured in which country?
Germany.
Sweden. Complete the expression, she is very prim and...
Proper.
Correct. True or false, the gemstone malachite is usually green?
True.
Correct. Which word? And at 15 questions, I could tell you were getting quite dispirited towards the end,
Yes,
Michelle. You were
I
quite
was.
cross with yourself, feeling that there were answers that you should have known.
Probably.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Michelle, but thanks for being a solid competitor through the week and for joining us this morning. Stefan is going to talk us through the result in just a moment, but that spelling question again,
Yep.
John, is what throws so many people off.
Physician, and you didn't give us the C. South Africa, we now know, is 1.2 million square kilometres. Chad is not much bigger, 1.284. The Vaal flows into the orange. Henry Davids is a cricketer. The Mannschaft is Germany. Sunlight and oxygen being absorbed by plants is not osmosis, it is Pippa.
Photosynthesis.
There we go.
I think.
And the telephone has been around since 1876. Any idea when the electric toaster might have? I'm surprised by the answer.
So am I, John, because I wouldn't have thought it was that long ago. I would have expected it to be more recent, but I see here it's 1893.
There we go. Yeah, it's been around with us for 127
I had pictures
years.
of people still using toasting forks on an open fire in the 1930s.
Isn't that what an electric toaster is? In my house, it is. Stefan.
John, Michelle completed 15 and scored 10.
Thank you again to you, Michelle. It means we say goodbye to you and keep Adil on hold because he remains the leader at this point with a score of 13. We pass now to Thursday's Brain Mohammed, who is 30 years old and will be trying to equal or better Adil's score of 13. Mohammed lives in Crawford and works as a sales manager, has only been listening to Cape Talk for 5 years, so shame it's a bit of a handicap in terms of the general knowledge you could have acquired through us. But this is his third year playing the brain, actually, and I believe he finds general knowledge interesting because he's always had a curious mind. In his spare time, he loves going to the beach. I'm glad you can do that again, Mohammed. Loves being outdoors and watching soccer, cricket and rugby. I think there's a fairly good chance of a sporting question in the mix this morning. Excuse me, Mohammed, good morning to you. You feeling confident?
Not so much, but no nerves.
Oh, okay, don't let those nerves hold you back. Mohammed, Adil has set the bar at 13, and I hope that you are able to equal or better that. Good luck to you. Let's hand you over to John.
And there are 3 sporting questions in the first 12, and most people get comfortably to 12, so 3 sporting questions await you. There's some other questions as well, so don't get too relaxed. Mohammed, you need to get at least 13 to keep yourself in today's showdown. Mario, please start the clock.
3, 2, 1.
Spell the word redundant.
REDUNDANT.
Correct. Which fictional girl met a smiling Cheshire cat?
Alice in Wonderland.
Correct. Complete the saying, they're as different as chalk and...
Cheese.
Correct. True or false? South Africa is smaller than Somalia.
False.
Correct. What shape does the speed limit sign have?
Circular.
Correct. Into which ocean does the Tugela River flow?
Atlantic.
The Indian. In politics, the term SCOPA means Standing Committee on Public what?
Accounts.
Correct. Who is a soccer player, Kurt Abrams or Franco Mostert?
Kurt Abrams.
Correct. Which country's soccer team is nicknamed the Three Lions?
England.
Correct. True or false? Water expands when it freezes.
False.
True. What was invented first, zip fastener or jet aircraft?
It's a fastener.
Correct. In which fast, seven-a-side sport may players not run with a round ball?
Basketball.
Netball. The car named Renault was first manufactured in which country?
France.
Correct. Complete the expression. He weighed all the pros and...
Cons.
Correct. True or false? The gemstone amethyst is usually violet or purple.
True.
Correct. Which word means disprove, exchange or refute?
Refute.
Correct. In which city is the famous Burj Khalifa Tower, Doha or Dubai?
Dubai.
Correct. And we're out of time, but we managed to complete 17 questions, which is more than to any of the other contestants so far. South Africa is quite a lot bigger than Somalia, which is only 638,000 square kilometres. The Tugela River, Indian Ocean, up there, KwaZulu-Natal, into the sea there, that's the Indian Ocean.
Nerves.
Nerves, okay.
Absolutely.
Kurt Abrams is the soccer player. Franco Mostert's sport is?
Rugby.
That is correct. Water does expand when it freezes. I'm sure you're kicking yourself for that.
Yeah.
The zip fastener was invented in 1913 and the first jet aircraft in 1939. And you may run with a round ball in basketball, and they're not 7 players on the court at any given time. Netball is that answer. Stefan.
Our players are chasing Adil, Tuesday's winner, with a score of 13. Mohammed managed to score 14.
Congratulations, Mohammed, and well done on the blistering pace you set out. I mean, he was like a racehorse out of the starting blocks there, John, and I think that's what really helped him along. And that means we have a new bar to reach. Mohammed setting a new score to chase of 14. Congratulations to you. There is just one person who stands between Mohammed and the prize money this morning, and that is Quentin of Villiersdorp, who was on my show yesterday. Delighted to know that he carried on winning to the end of the day. Quentin's 42 years old, owns a paint shop, and has been listening to Cape Talk for 20 years, which is almost as long as we have been on air. So that's very gratifying indeed. Quentin says this is the first time he's entered the brain, and he did so because of his love of learning new things. He particularly enjoys hiking and camping. Quentin, wow, the streets alongside Cecilia Forest and Newlands Forest lined with cars this morning. Are you going to try and squeeze in a hike after the pressure of the brain is done?
Yes, I think I'll probably have to take a walk down to the dam.
And settle your nerves. And yeah, of course, you're in Villiersdorp, not Cape Town, so you've got a very much more spacious walk to enjoy. Okay, Quentin, the bar is set at 14, so you need 14 to force us to sudden death, or 15 and more to win the round outright. Good luck to you. Let me hand you over to John. And
let's not waste any time. Let's see whether Quentin can match Mohammed. Mario, please start the clock.
3, 2, 1.
Spell the word reference.
REFERENCE.
Correct. Which fictional hero defeated a giant after climbing up a beanstalk?
Jack.
Correct. Complete the saying, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is?
Pass.
Weak. True or false, South Africa is larger than Algeria?
False.
Correct. What colour is a bed and breakfast road sign?
White and brown and white.
Brown. Into which ocean does the Orange River flow?
Atlantic.
Correct. In politics, the term MOU stands for Memorandum of what?
Understanding.
Correct. Who is a rugby player, Luther Singh or Warwick Galant?
Warwick Galant.
Correct. Which country's soccer team is nicknamed the Red Fury?
Pass.
Spain. True or false, parasites give food and water to other plants?
False.
Correct. Which was invented first, the aeroplane or the pedal-driven bicycle?
Pedal bicycle.
Correct. In which sport do players hit small balls over hazards and traps onto a green?
Golf.
Correct. The car named Jaguar was first manufactured in which country?
France.
Great Britain. Complete the expression, he looked quite spick and?
Spain.
Correct. True or false? The gemstone beryl is always black.
True.
And it is false. We managed to complete 15 questions. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. South Africa is quite a lot smaller than Algeria, which is 2.38 million square kilometres. I wouldn't have known, would you, Pippa, what colour bread and breakfast road sign is?
I think eventually, if I'd had time to sit and think about it, I would have got there, but not under pressure, no.
I wouldn't have been able to come to that if you gave me 10 minutes. Memorandum of Warikalant, the Red Fury is Spain. Parasites take food and water from other plants. They don't give anything except trouble. And the aeroplane was invented in 1903. The pedal-driven bicycle came to us in 1863. Stefan.
John, Friday contestant Quentin scored 11, which means...
It means that we have ourselves a winner in the form of 30-year-old Mohammed of Crawford. Our Thursday brain is the winner of today's semi-final. And congratulations to you, Mohammed. It means you are not only declared our brain of the week, but you've also won 10,000 Rand, courtesy of CapeTalk and Dis-Chem. Clearly, you do have a winning mind in a healthy body. How are you feeling knowing that you have won that prize purse?
What a relief.
Mohammed, you were sounding so nervous, but it really worked in your favor because it got you going so fast, and that strategy paid off handsomely. Congratulations to you. We are not done with you yet. This means that we have an appointment on the final Saturday in February, Mohammed, where you are going to play in the final round. And if you are still standing at the end of that, you will be crowned the brain of CapeTalk and win a whopping 20,000 Rand. So go and spend the next 2 weeks reading everything you can, watching the news, reading newspapers, absorbing as much general knowledge as you can, Mohammed, and look forward to chatting to you at the end of February.
Thank you very much, Pippa. Looking to get my hands on some Chappies papers.
It's probably a better source than an encyclopedia for the brain of CapeTalk. Mohammed, very, very well done, and I look forward to testing your general knowledge again in 2 weeks' time. That's it from us, is it not, Pippa?
It is. Thank you to everybody who's tuned in and joined us on the Facebook live stream to watch the junior and senior brain rounds, and you can do it again the same time next weekend, please, if you want to hear the winners from the coming week battling it out again. And a reminder, if you have been sitting back going, could have done better than that, you need to get on over to our website, capetalk.co.za, play the online version of the game, and we could be calling you to compete in one of our daily rounds. You could be the Dis-Chem Brain of CapeTalk 2021, and with it, take your share of 220,000 Rand in prize money. It is all thanks to CapeTalk and Dis-Chem, a winning mind in a healthy body.